Number 3, the draft just about to begin here as far as the picks go. Breaking CPK joined by Tsunami once again. Again, winner of this moves on to play in the winner bracket finals against Team Spirit. The loser will be knocked down to the loser bracket to face Team Empire. And we got a Dark Willow. This hero's been banned, I want to say, pretty much every game so far today, but left open here. And Vega Squadron will take her.
What is this? 6 weeks ago? I don't care about Willow. Give me the Pango. Give me the Pango.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know if we're gonna have it. Yeah, I know. I mean, it could. It could. We haven't seen it picked or banned though throughout. And we've mentioned with DAC as well. Same. It was banned 3 times in total of all the DAC matches, but not picked. So.
Doesn't anyone want that badge of honor to be the first Pango in competitive Dota?
Radiant team.
That's actually a good point.
It's just a qualifier. It's double elimination. You can afford a loss here and there.
Yeah, easy for us to say, right? Sitting back comfortably. Lifestealer going to be the response so far. That's an early Lifestealer pick from NaVi, but it's a very early Lifestealer pick, actually.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they're respecting Vega is
5
aware that
seconds
is crystallized recipe to success in game 2.
Hey.
Might as well secure it quickly in game 1, and might as well take out one of the best supports to deal with a Lifestealer by coupling it with the ban.
It's a second pick for Vega. Did they go their position 4 here, maybe? I mean, this again, higher priority ones like the Tusk is on the board.
10
Elder Titan
seconds
is banned
remaining.
initially, so I'm not going to see him, but could pick up the Tusk and
5 seconds
ban
remaining.
a couple of other
Radiant
ones,
team
perhaps.
ban.
Or they can go Death Prophet for the time being.
It's all about enabling and disabling Crystallize, and Willow's pretty garbage at dealing with Lifestealer. Spell immunity means that Bramble Maze, Terrorize, and
seconds
Bedlam
remaining.
are all basically irrelevant, and obviously Cursed Crown as well. So
5 seconds
that's why they
remaining.
banned out the Omni Knight, but the other spell immune hero of Lifestealer still manages to slip through.
It's a good point, yeah, and that's probably it really goes more to the Lifestealer pick that if they didn't pick up Lifestealer with these first 2, then the possibility of him being banned, of course, in
Yeah.
the next tier is very likely. So they just figure, all right, fine, we'll take the
Dire team
Lifestealer.
ban.
They're gonna ban. I was gonna say,
Radiant
do they
team
let them
ban.
get the Viper again? Though even though it worked out very well last game, but still a good hero against the Lifestealer. So they do take him away.
So you still have options. Lycan is an availability for Vega Squadron to deal with Lifestealer. I mean
10
that's all
seconds
that
remaining.
Vega Squadron need to care about, as far as I can tell. It's just what's the best heroes now to deal with
5
Lifestealer. So
seconds remaining.
yeah, I think Lycan is viable. Visage is okay, but I'm not too enthusiastic about that.
Terrorblade. Oh, that guy.
Terrorblade, yeah, that's a possibility. Although Vega Squadron, I don't think go to that Terrorblade pick very frequently. It's very commonly 5th phase
Dire
banned against
team
them, but they
ban.
don't really pick it that often. But yeah, that would work. Troll would be okay.
We saw the troll earlier.
Radiant team pick.
He's been picking up some momentum. We do see an Abaddon ban into a Beastmaster, though. Instead coming out, so now the...
Oh, and maybe Pugna. I would also be okay with Pugna for Vega Squadron.
Pugna, really?
Yeah, they have, usually
10
whenever they get the
seconds
DP, they
remaining.
want to run it with some other pusher, like a DK,
Okay.
or sometimes a Pugna.
5
And
seconds
in
remaining.
this situation, Decrepify would be incredibly valuable against Lifestealer.
Well, NaVi, again, position 4 on either side still needs to be
Dire
picked
team
up, so...
Oh, okay.
The other way. NaVi.
Well, I mean,
going
they
Pugna.
took away the Bane from Vega Squadron, so why not take away the Pugna as well? And Dendy's been playing Pugna a fair amount recently as well.
Okay, so a mid-Pugna on our hands, you think?
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
None of this Sumail EG offlane Pugna business.
5 seconds remaining.
Tusk's still there. Go back to him as high priority. So, see if Vega again looks to pick him up, or...
One of the rare situations in
Radiant
which
team
Vega's
pick.
dipping into reserve time, and I mean Navi have done so as well. Oh, Naga's a good pick, actually. Naga's a great pick. You've got a basically all-purpose channel breaker with Song of the Siren. You know, if someone's getting gripped, if someone's getting life drained, You just need to sing for a quick second and break both those channels. You've got
10
net
seconds
to break both
remaining.
those channels and keep Lifestealer under control during spell immunity. I really like that
5
Naga pick.
seconds remaining.
Any potential for a core Dark Willow?
No, because then you're just like, you're doubling down on the fact that Lifestealer counters out your Willow. So would you rather have your core Willow countered out, or would you rather have your support Willow countered out?
Yeah.
And I think Naga Siren's like a good way to ensure that Willow doesn't get too owned, because, you know, if you ensnare the Lifestealer through BKB, then you get all the time in the world to set up a Bramble Maze underneath it, and then once the rage times out, then straight into
Dire
another route.
team
So I'm still keeping my bets on this being a support Willow.
See another Nyx Assassin. We saw it a couple times in the earlier series. This time NaVi will pick it up. So position 4 is coming out on either side.
10 seconds remaining.
Vega Squadron still need their off laner and their safe laner.
5
Again,
seconds
Terrorblade still on the
remaining.
board, as we mentioned. Although maybe not as strong of an option now, but
Could go Tiny. That's a go-to for Undershock. And it would be able to blow up Pugna very quickly. Not great against Lifestealer, because Tiny has so much HP, it gives Lifestealer a ton from Feast damage. But, I mean, against the supports of NaVi, Tiny would instantly blow them up.
Radiant team ban.
oh boy.
They do have a Broodmother, but against Pugna, I'm not ever really a big fan of Broodmother. Against Lifestealer, it's pretty good. Incapacitating Bite is very irritating, and obviously a bunch of units chewing on a
10
Lifestealer is not
seconds
something that
remaining.
most Lifestealer builds take care of, although Crystallize has been
5
going to that
seconds
Radiance time and time
remaining.
again. All the Lifestealers in this region have been going to Radiance time and time again, so one of the better ways to deal with it. But yeah, now the things have changed now.
You still have to get to the Radiance, too. And, yeah,
You
last
do.
game that obviously worked out pretty well, but there's no guarantee that'll happen again exactly that way by any means. So
Dire team ban.
now you're going up against a Broodmother, and now NaVi. So NaVi potentially still needs their offlaner here. And is there an offlaner that maybe comes to mind where he's like, okay, this can help us deal with the Broodmother even more? Like, what, like a Batrider maybe, or anything else?
Batrider would be okay. I know
10
General plays
seconds
Legion
remaining.
Commander every so often. I would be okay with that.
5 seconds remaining.
Beastmaster's also reasonably... Oh, it got banned. So never mind, not that. Yeah, I would say probably either Batrider or Legion. I guess maybe Doom as well, but I'm not too enthusiastic about Doom.
Well, Vega Squadron having to go through that list and think what they would prefer to ban here then. But they also need to think about their pick, obviously. Visage was the final ban from NaVi.
Yeah, it's going to be a Blizzy offlane Broodmother, and then 4-position Naga Siren, 5-position Willow, and probably an Undershock Death Prophet, so they need to find some hero for Palantimos. You know, I wonder... So Chen has not been, like, contested at all. And
That's a
Chen
good
is
point,
usually, like, first phase banned, like, all the time. And so I wonder if this nerf that you can't send back lane creeps anymore really hurt him that much.
Yeah, I would be curious what the DAC numbers look like, especially.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't really judge too much from just a couple of series here. In
But I know
CIS.
that Lil is like a big Chen lover, and so like not banning out Chen against Lil usually was heresy, but maybe that nerf was substantial enough.
Technically, they still could go the Chen
Yeah,
themselves.
they could still pick it. Yeah, that's the Vega Squadron have not really figured out what they want to do for their last ban. I'm pretty sure it's a general hero.
Dire
So I think
team
Vega
pick.
Squadron are better off banning Troll. Warlord is not
Radiant
something I was
team
expecting.
pick. Luna.
And a Luna. Which I'm okay with. Usually whenever I pick Broodmother, you want a greedier core to take advantage of all the space that Broodmother provides, because Brood's gonna fall off, and you usually want to baton pass the role of carrying to another core, and so Luna fits in. Still a
10
pretty
seconds
greedy
remaining.
lineup from Vega Squadron, but we'll see if Navi...
5
Like, they could...
seconds
I think
remaining.
Legion's probably one of the better options. You want a pushing offlaner, I think, is the best option for Navi.
35 seconds to choose here for NaVi. pushing off laner, the Underlord. Maybe comes to mind.
Yeah, Underlord actually wouldn't be bad. Great hero to deal with Broodmother.
Jakiro, actually. I know it's not the most popular offlane, but I want to push her offlane.
Yeah, it's true.
Something that could be of a little oddball.
Now select your
That's
heroes.
definitely an oddball.
Not really a
But
push here,
works
either.
very well with Lifestealer. Lifestealer already, I thought, was going to have to build Battle Fury to deal with Broodmother, but now if you have Empower, who needs that? And Magnus is definitely a favorite of Dendy's. He is more than willing to pick the hero in times when the hero isn't really meta, which right now Magnus is not meta at all. But you've got a physical damage melee core with the Lifestealer. You've got pretty solid team fight with Pugna plus Magnus. And you've got heroes to deal with Broodmother, so I'm liking Navi's draft in this game 3.
General getting his hands on Pugna. The question is, I mean, just because who's playing what, is this going to be an offlane Magnus, or will it be the mid Denny Magnus here?
No, I'm pretty sure he's going to go mid. Offlane Pugna's fine.
Remaining.
I think if they want to punish it on Vega Squadron, so either you punish General by sending Broodmother to the Pugna's lane, or you are more invested in Palantimos' success, which means that you send the Luna into Pugna's lane. Either way, Pugna's not going to have a great laning phase, but it's up to Vega Squadron how they want to take advantage of Pugna's less than stellar lane dominance in a side lane.
All right, so game number 3. Again, it's not an elimination match, but winner sets you up. The winner final matchup against Team Spirit, and that'll be tomorrow. This event continues on. It's a 3-day event here. Only 4 teams invited initially to what is the CIS qualifiers, and one of them going on to the minor event of the GESC Thailand. It's going to be in Bangkok, Thailand. The team's looking forward to that. There we go, though. Game number 3 underway. Into the laning phase. I like the Broodmother opening build, the triple
Prepare
enchanted
for battle.
mango on Blizzard
Wow.
here. It's a lot of
That's
regen.
intriguing. Yeah, I mean, you already get a ton of regen from Spin Web.
That's
So he's
one
going to
up.
plant 2 webs mid, but I don't think he's going to go mid. I don't think that's
the
play.
fake out web, yeah.
Yeah.
You see there. All right, so now NaVi is going to be like, well, what's going on here? How about, okay, so actually Denny getting Empower at level 1. Already throwing that up right away.
He wants to lane against Broodmother, I'm pretty sure.
That seems
But-
like that'd be a pretty good matchup for him, yeah.
30 seconds to battle.
And now Blizzy's heading up top. So hopefully he doesn't show himself. The top bounty rune is warded up by NaVi, so they're curious to see who will show up there. And Lil is going really deep into dire territory. He wants to figure out these lanes early on. And he sees Death Prophet standing around.
This is Death Prophet lining up mid, so probably a pretty safe assumption that she'll be at the top lane
The
as
battle
they have vision down
begins.
here, seeing Nagasaran and Dark Willow come in.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
And guess who's top? It's Dendy now. Magnus
Yeah.
going up there.
And Crystallize goes mid, so NaVi get what they wanted, which is Broodmother versus Magnus.
Bottom lane, Nagasaran. I thought she might have been trying for some kind of pull here, but nope, not going to happen. Keep nearby, though. See if she eventually finds an opening, but middle lane, it's now ends up being a 2 versus 1. So you have these webs. Okay,
Oh,
they're
wow.
going to wear off there.
I think Vega must have countered out another ward because
Did you
Nagasiren
want to
already
get
has half of level 1. And so I'm assuming the
Yeah.
Sentry Ward was managed to fund. So that's the 3rd game in a row where Vega Squadron have successfully counter warded before the 0-minute mark on NaVi.
Yeah, good heads up. That's, obviously when you have these region teams going out against one another, they have a lot of experience, both the pub scene
Yeah.
as well as on the tournament scene and online qualifier, so I'm sure that's a lot of research being done. Knowing what to expect, or perhaps just even saw it happening, but either way, takes care of it. Bottom lane, we are seeing the Enfeeble spam come out from Bane, by the way. Level 1 Enfeeble.
Yeah, but this is one of the better lanes to deal with it. So if Palantimos chooses to put more and more points into Lunar Blessing, then, you know, Bane can only Enfeeble one hero at a time. And Dark Will has amazing attack, both in terms of low BAT and just the animation in general. The range isn't exceptional, but the other two aspects are great. And so, you know, even though you may be stopping Luna from farming, you're still going to take a ton of harass just because his Lunar Blessing aura is too good. Is now root up on General into Cursed Crown.
Oh, it's going to proc here in a second.
Nice Nightmare.
Oh,
beautiful Nightmare.
That Nightmare timing was perfect, yeah. However, it might not matter in the end. The Bramble Maze even put down General. That's going to be first blood in favor of Vega Squadron. Palantimo's going to go a little low himself, but not much more firepower Bane has left. The Enfeeble's not even going to matter to save him against the final auto attack of Luna. And that's back-to-back kills for Vega. So quite the opening, a 3 versus 2 results in the 2-0 start. Nightmare not enough.
I think they should keep this tri-lane going, though. It's very effective, like I said, just because Lunar Blessing is so incredibly valuable in tri-lane situations. And Broodmother doesn't really need the help. Like, she's not going to be able to kill Magus. She's not going to be able to dominate this lane. And Broodmother is typically picked to be a lane dominator, but that's okay. If you secure your Luna farm, is now Ensnare, again into Cursed Crown. LeBron has the option of Nightmare. He may have gone too early. Yeah, he went too early, but he gets decrepified.
Okay, we'll save him. So both these heroes down here have ways to save one another, ideally. And that time around, it does save the Bane, and nothing else going to come further of it because of it. But yeah, you're right. I mean, up here at 13-5 Magnus, you have Broodmother that's 8-0. So Dendy's definitely having the better time.
Right.
You'd expect.
And it gets easier. Sometimes in Broodmother matchups, then Broodmother starts getting the upper hand with more levels, but no, Dendy maintains an advantage as Magnus over a Broodmother.
Slayer acting like he's going to initiate, right? But really just keeping Pugna pretty far back. With that said, though, Pugna actually, his CS is pretty good. He's 11-3. He's actually out-farming the Luna right now by a little bit even. So overall, I mean, the top 3 CS in the game actually belong on the Radiant side at this point. It's an impressive start.
We'll see if he can keep up an experience, though, because right now Luna is the same level as Pugna, and there are 2 heroes in Pugna's lane, and there are 3 heroes in Luna's lane. And so being able to maintain that experience advantage is very valuable. Luna can catch up easily with Glaives, so falling behind in early CS isn't that big of a setback.
17-13 on lifesteal. Wow, make that 14 denies. He has more denies than like everyone else combined.
Yeah, this is not an easy lane for a Death Prophet. The Spirit Siphon is like basically useless.
That's true. See bottom Luna again trying to get some farm. 12-2 right now, not the prettiest start.
It is a little surprising to me that they haven't gone for a lane, so I think maybe sending Broodmother mid would be okay, but I guess Blizzy's making, he's taking advantage of the fact that he's got nothing to better do with the spiraling, so he's farming them with the jungle, and this Cursed Crown? Oh, that is close.
I was watching middle lane, actually almost kill on either side in the middle lane, but back to the bottom lane though. Shadow Realm auto attack, LeBron Dota, Nightmare is ready. Gonna come to play. No, it doesn't look like it. Zach will get credit for the kill as they run him down. So, did they almost kill Pugna? Was that what that was?
Yeah, okay. He was TPing while the Cursed Crown was ticking on him, and like it looked like the final bell toll was about to cancel that TP, but he barely gets out.
If you start TPing when the Dark Crown's applied, I mean, how long does it take to a Cursed Crown? Because it's a 4-second delay, right? So
yeah, so basically if you do it within the first bell toll, then you can get out.
It's got to be a very quick reaction. More Enfeeble spam happening, though, from the Bane. Keeping Luna and that CS down. Middle lane.
They want to help out mid because Death Prophet is getting bopped.
Yeah.
But that means that Luna has to get very, very far back, and that also makes it pretty obvious because why would a tri-lane that's doing so well suddenly disperse? And that only reason is because they want to go to a different lane. Although now Lil is turning it around in the mid lane. Undershock. He's got a Siphon out.
And we saw this happen about a minute ago, and it worked out pretty good for Undershock. He kind of fought them off, and this time doesn't really get as much damage in return, but he stays alive. That's what matters. Bottom lane, Bramble Maze. Good job by General avoiding the Bramble Maze, but it still might not be enough in the long run, or maybe it will. The wand used at the last second. Auto attacks, trying to finish him off. The Riptide comes out, and Palantimos hits the Lucent Beam to finish the job, actually. So the pursuit is successful. Dire. 4-0 start. I mean, this is one of those games, though. It's a hero kill, great for Vega, but NaVi is actually looking pretty good overall when it comes to farming.
Blessings
Yeah.
upon a loyal
Well, another thing I would
warrior.
be okay with is if Blizzy goes bot, because this Pugna has nothing now, and so
Regeneration.
Broodmother can just dominate this lane. And then you just send this Tri-Lane to go up top, make Magnus have to deal with it. The trade-off is that Broodmother, you know, he's already set up quite a bit of webs down here, but, you know, Blizzy has 4 web charges locked and loaded, so, I don't know. I feel like a lane swap may be in order, because, again, like, if you kill the same hero over and over again,
Dire's top
you're
tower
not getting
is
that
under
much
attack.
experience, whereas if you kill, like, a solo leveling hero like a Magnus, who's level 7 right now, you can get a lot out of that. And you've already proven how strong this Tri-Lane is. And Snare, Cursed Crown, Bramble Maze, and Lunar Blessing deal so much damage, but looks like Nagasara comes back to the bot lane. And Blizzy takes over mid, so okay, at least some sort of lane swap does happen.
Yeah, so I saw the army on the minimap moving towards that mid. Sure enough, all the Spiderlings are here. Look at the Crystallize immediately. He heads right towards the top lane.
Yeah, and now Undershock is looking very vulnerable. Doesn't even have boots yet on this Death Prophet.
Yeah. Not having a favorable
4th
Radiant's
lowest net
middle
worth
tower
right
is
now.
under attack.
Switching over to
Radiant
that. Yep,
structures
there you
are
go. Way
fortified.
down there behind his Nagasaran teammate. But Broodmother is managing some decent farming middle as before Dendy gets here, though. All of a sudden he gets here, he throws out the shockwave, and several of the Spiderlings die, so he'll have to jungle now a bit. Bottom lane, they want this kill on Pugna once again. Bramble Maze that connects multiple times because of the trees. There's the Cursed Crown to Decrepify. Saving initially, out comes Lucent Beam. Man, is he good at surviving, but not long enough in the end.
Yeah, and in the meantime, another attempt on Undershock's life in the top lane, but does not pan out. And now Undershock has managed to hit level 6, and so if NaVi overextend to kill the Death Prophet, they can very easily turn it around with Exorcism.
Let's make this perfect.
And General just keeps on going into the meat grinder in this bot lane, which again, like, I think is fine. Like, if Pugna dies over and over again, and Vega Squadron are committing this much of like, this is a really strong Tri-Lane. You could send this Tri-Lane anywhere and it would dominate, but they're just bullying General over and over again. Quietly, Magnus gets more and more Spider Farm. The Lifestealer of Crystallize is always, as I said, the recipe for Navi's success, and Crystallize having a wonderful time right now.
I think the big thing, too, is that, yeah, the Enfeeble spam's actually working a lot. He actually gets level 2 Enfeeble on top of this, so LeBron Dota just putting that on Luna constantly, and that goes back to the CS of Luna and how it's lacking so much. No doubt that's a big part of it. Now, we do see, once again, nice job with the Nightmare. Void's Cursed Crown, however, Pugna already had half-life, Riptide applied, so or not the Decrepify, but actually the mitigated damage from Luna, still not enough to keep Pugna alive. However, they do kill Nagasan in return. So again, the Enfeeble coming into play, but I'm also looking middle lane constantly. We see the position. Then he's way pushed up here, but yeah, 1-for-1 bottom lane, so Pugna again does die.
Although, Nagasaran does have a higher net worth than Pugna right now, though, so
Dire's middle tower is under
who are you
attack.
really bullying at this point?
Dire's structures are fortified.
That is a good point. Luna, she does jump up a bit too, and her farm is actually now very nice, especially being 4-0 and 2, of course. But Magnus is just making that not look that nice because he's already had 5,000 plus net worth. And I was curious what Denny was going to go for, and we have our answer here with the Blink Dagger. Will be
The first item, I'm not too interested. I'm curious what the second item is, because the only times I've been seeing Magnus, well, I haven't seen Magnus, but I know that Mad on OG really likes Aghanim's Magnus, and personally I think the item is garbage, but Magnus is Mad's most played hero in pubs, and he always builds it, and so I would be curious, because this is one of the few situations in which I could see Aghanim's being viable on Magnus, because it's a ton of burst damage. It makes your Shockwave boomerang back around, but the trade-off is that the return wave, it does a slow, but it deals half damage against creeps. So it's not a great farming item, but it does a ton of damage because it's basically 2 shockwaves coming back, which is 600 magic damage. And then if you get the shockwave damage talent at 15, it does even more damage. But we'll see. I don't know if Dendy's going to go full damage build like that.
Yeah. I was actually, he's going bottom lane, by the way, with an RP ready.
Radiant's bottom
Luna
tower
in
is
trouble.
under
There's the RP. It catches both, actually.
Wow.
Skewers him back into the tower. The Empower auto attacks with the Shockwave. Decrepify is put on Luna, and out comes the Life Drain on top of this, so they can't attack her for the time being. The Cursed Crown will
He's gonna
stun
get out.
Dendy and Palantimos. Did they really not kill anybody? Dendy, the Shockwave,
he
the blind
dodges.
Shockwave, he missed. Palantimos went
There's
left.
no
He thought he
mana
was
for
going up.
Nightmare.
A Decrepify is slowing him down, but it's not going to be enough. He gets away. What a runaway right there. Lil does go down elsewhere. It looks like in the middle lane of Broodmother. What? I can't believe he lived.
I can't believe he lived. Luna is a very high move speed hero, granted. I think most of it came down to the fact that LeBron just did not have enough mana. He wasn't able to use Fiend's Grip, wasn't able to use Nightmare. I mean, these are all both very expensive spells. 165 for Nightmare, 200 for Fiend's Grip, and yeah, he does not have Arcane Boots. That really sucks. That should have been a confirmed
Radiant's
kill, possibly
middle
even
tower
two.
is under
Well,
attack.
and I don't know if it would have made a difference, but the Decrepify was a little interesting. Now, actually,
Fiend's
Fiend's
Grip
Grip,
did.
yeah, locking down Broodmother.
Zayat's gonna
Skewer
cancel
back.
it.
No, he couldn't skewer him. Actually, still on cooldown. Mentioned it did get canceled a little bit early, too. So Blizzy, he just walks it off over the web. So a couple of missed opportunities for Navi. You think they have a kill on Luna. You think they have a kill on Broodmother. Neither
Dire's
one
middle
pans
tower
out.
is
So
under
Dendy,
attack.
he's using that blink and the RP even very effectively. He just can't finish the kills.
And all this time, Undershock is getting time to get back into the game. This Death Prophet has basically gone undisturbed. They still have the tier 1 tower up top also. And so, you know, Crystallize has been given a ton of space,
Dire's
and
middle
he is working his way to
tower
that
is under
Radiance,
attack.
but it's not as solid of a lead as it was in Game 2.
So going back to actually, I was watching your patch analysis stream yesterday when you were talking about that even, and also the idea of the refresher and how that got the mana regen buff. You know, trying to think heroes
Yes.
that potentially was good on, and you know maybe the Ags Magnus was one of the ones where it's like, okay, yeah, it's actually potentially pretty good on him now. But I mean, we don't want to go too deep in this conversation because it doesn't even look like he's thinking about that idea. It would have been interesting. I could have seen it definitely been working this game like you're saying, but
I think Magnus is on like the cusp of competitive, and obviously you'll still have to pick the hero in the context that you have some melee damage dealing core, but I think there's a lot of room for itemization versatility for Magnus that is unexplored. He's now on the bot lane. Root up. Palantimos has Eclipse ready.
Dire's
We saw
top
this
tower
before.
is under attack.
there's the Nether Blast. This one hits. The
Oh,
RP
nice
comes
RP.
out after, and they were not going to miss this one. The sleep is used from Nagasiren, but Slayer also goes down as Crystallize came out with the Rage. Not caring about that song. Middle lane,
Dire's top
Pugna,
tower
they're
is
running
under
at him.
attack.
He's a little too fast, though. Decrepify keeps him alive, and actually, potential turn now in the middle if they're not careful. Rotation's coming over, but yeah, that
Dire's
time
bottom
it worked
tower
out
is
pretty
under
well for
attack.
Navi.
All of Navi left. They smoke up for this. And oh, they get juked by a mirror image.
Yep. You're facing Nagasiren. You can't be so certain.
Yeah.
So that Fiend's
Dire's
grip
Now
on
we
bottom
cooldown.
see
He's under
LeBron
attack.
trying to kill more illusions.
Yeah, he's gonna die.
Oh, nice silence. No nightmare for you. And despite all that movement from Navi to the bot lane, they don't even do that much damage to the bot tier 1. Crystallize went down, but he realizes that his
Radiant's
services are
middle
needed in this
tower
mid
is under
lane.
attack.
Although he's kind of all alone here. But it looks like Vega Squadron are backing out. Slayer is the only one remaining.
And Brood has his Death Slayer now finished. So his
Radiant's
first
top
key
tower
item
is
here,
under
really. The
attack.
Soul Ring Medallion, sure, but Deso's the big one. His damage starts to hit really hard, and it's picking up big items early on. Luna actually going, I feel like this is a little bit old school with the Helm of the Dominator. But obviously an item that we've been seeing more and more of in general, though, lately, too. So Palantimos, though, picking up the Helm of the Dominator, Ring of Aquila, Power Treads. Very sturdy build early on.
Yeah,
Roll it out.
I think it's in interest of surviving Magnus rotations and Nyx Assassin rotations.
Radiant's
And
bottom
it
tower
would be
is
truly
under
old school if
attack.
he was using it to stack his own camps. But these days, people will find more use in keeping a creep around. And like right now, he's drawing the top creep wave.
Radiant's
And the troll
bottom
does die
tower
in the end,
has
but he buys a
fallen.
little bit of time for the creep wave to come back. And we'll see if Vega Squadron want to fight this. Like, we haven't seen a single exorcism come out yet from Undershock. And you know, we've
Dire's
seen
top
multiple
tower
RPs.
is under
It's
attack.
now level 2 RP, and it looks like Vega Squadron is going to give up this tier 1.
Dire's top
Yeah, you
tower
mentioned level 2
has
RP
fallen.
is ready to go.
The rage.
Rage is going to keep him alive. Yeah, his Radiance, actually, it's finished now. It's in a stash. Just needs the recipe delivered. So Crystallize has been quietly doing his job there.
Radiant's bottom tower
At
is
16
under
minutes, going to have
attack.
the
Bot.
Radiance.
Blinks out. Science is in a
Radiant
weird
structures
position
are
right now.
fortified.
This is not where you want to be as a Nagasaran.
Dendy.
And Dendy has a Shadow Amulet. Runs through 2 brambles.
Set to get
And
away
Bedlam
there.
comes out on LeBron.
See ya.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, that's a little funky initiation here for NaVi, but Nyx Assassin has Lifestealer inside, looking for an opening. Terrorize off to the side. Slayer may end up going down. Zayak, he pops his sleep, but Crystallize again with the rage. Oh, just arrange the burn. The Radiance burn. He just finished that as mentioned. We'll get him killed at least. Did they save the tower? No, the tower did fall, that's right. Yeah, it was killed by Undershock.
Slayer does TP back to base successfully. And so Zayat's positioning was a little bit peculiar because like they did the right call, which was Song Disengage, but they could have done it a little bit cleaner. I guess they weren't expecting the Radiance to be completed on Lifestealer. They weren't expecting Nyx Assassin to initiate. But now Crystallize has that Radiance online, and Broodmother is much more scared now of a Lifestealer.
Radiant's top tower is
Luna
under
top
attack.
lane. They're gonna
Dire's
catch
middle
her.
tower has
Yeah,
fallen.
she's
Hasted
screwed.
Magnus comes charging in.
There's no way.
That's not an illusion. That's real.
I go willingly.
Fiend's grip successful.
Shut your eyes and
So the
dream
Alpha
of
Wolf manages to live. Barely any life on him, but there you go.
I mean,
positive.
Drew aggro. Right now,
Radiant's
Navi's top tower is getting
is
sieged
under
by a bunch of
attack.
creeps, and they all went to go chase the dominated creep.
Good point.
The RP is still available,
Yeah.
and oh, Dandy walks into the sentry ward.
Yep, they know he's here.
Dire's bottom tower is under
So
attack.
obviously that means Vega Squadron's just going to retreat. No way they're looking to fight this. Although they may be forced into a fight soon. Lifestealer inside.
Dire
Oh,
are
they found Dark
scanning.
Willow. That's one target. Don't want to waste RP for him.
No,
Gonna skewer out actually for now.
they don't know that Lifestealer's inside.
Yeah, that's true. And how much are they going to be? Now they know. He pops on out. The RP. No, he canceled.
RP doesn't come out.
He does not actually go on cooldown, but he dies obviously in the process. Crystallize is also going to get caught though, and that's 2 kills just like that. Double kill for Undershock.
No webs for Blizzy though, so 2 super slow heroes chasing each other. as
And it's
LeBron
being blocked
Dire's
constantly.
barely
bottom tower is under
limps
attack.
away.
That was a funny chase.
And
Dire's bottom tower
they
has
could
fallen.
take Roche. You only have 30 seconds before Dandy comes up, and you know that RP's not up.
Exorcism, yep.
But, yeah, exactly. And they're gonna go for it. This is perfect. You've got Desolator plus Medallion. This goes down so fast.
This
Great conversion.
this net worth graph, we're just barely 20 minutes into this game. Really interesting because it hasn't been 1,000 plus for either team. Oh, well, Nyx Assassin's dead. Okay.
Yeah, he was trying to get sneaky, but these consistent sentry wards by, I'm assuming it's Slayer, and he's been doing a fantastic job at identifying the Nyx Assassin and the Magnus.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this has been
Yeah,
a
the
very, very tight game.
Net
at
worth
this point.
advantage is not really still, like, it's been back and forth constantly, and on the side of Na'Vi, it's because of Crystallize and Dandy farming like crazy on their cores, and on the side of Vega Squadron, it's because they've been constantly getting kills. And this is probably the hardest I've ever seen General be shut down. Which usually isn't that big of a setback, but the problem is that Pugna struggles to be relevant if he gets shut down early on. And this is before any like anti-Pugna items have even come out. You haven't seen any BKBs on any heroes, you haven't seen any Orchids on any heroes, which really only Broodmother is the hero who would build an Orchid, but yeah, it's very spread out as now Dandy is prowling for a kill, but not able to find anything.
Really wants a kill. Again, smoked up that whole time as well, but never exposed. That's to the credit of Vega Squadron and obviously their
Yeah,
positioning.
Blizzy's playing real safe right now.
He went power treads eventually. He's working on BKB. 1,800 gold saved out, so it's going to be a little bit. Nyx Assassin's sitting on top of him, but no one nearby. That's such a huge army.
And
Spiderlings.
Na'Vi are going to push out bot tier 2,
Dire's
and
bottom tower
Vega
is
Squadron are
under
not really in a
attack.
position to defend, which is a
Radiant's
shame
middle
because they
tower
have
is
the
under
Aegis right
attack.
now, but I can understand why they're letting this one go.
I'm going to TP it in.
Oh, and Lil goes in.
Oh, that's a miss. That's not an easy hit, to be
Dire's
fair.
bottom
On
tower has
LeBron,
fallen.
he's hella caught
Radiant's
out.
top
Yeah,
tower
there's no
has
way he's
fallen.
getting out of this. Decrepify, maybe, I guess. Nightmare 2. There's Decrepify. Can't do really much else. A Spider
Dire's
Army
bottom tower is under
charges
attack.
after him. So they get tier 2 bottom, but they lose Bane. And the response, 4 staff, and more room being created for the Luna as well. You really got to keep in mind. And that's actually going to be Hurricane Pike now for Luna, which is definitely big this game.
Oh man, and I'm so glad CIS isn't going for Meteor Hammer. I was afraid whenever I saw the Naga Siren get picked, I was just like, God. This game specifically because Lifestealer will be able to rage in between the gap ever since the changes to Meteor Hammer, or it was either a change to Meteor Hammer or a change to Song. I think it was a change to Song, how Song lingers or whatever. But whatever the case, like, Meteor Hammer's not great against Lifestealer post songs, and so he's going for a 4-step, which is great against Lifestealer all the time. And Exorcism is available, but Vega's Undershock is in the bot lane right now, though he's heading over mid.
Oh,
and they're going in on LeBron.
Yeah, well, it's actually he had a decent angle to kind of get away. There's that Nightmare, prevents it, so well timed this time. But now, to be fair, that was a smoke gank, so that's one of those. Okay, you know, it'll happen.
Dire's top tower is
the
under
end of the
attack.
world.
Undershock is still like going all over the place. Like now he's going to the bot lane. And meanwhile, NaVi as a group are now pushing a second tier 2 into the team that has an
Dire's
Aegis.
structures are fortified.
Some odd
Radiant's
things going on in
middle
CIS
tower is
Dota
under
today.
attack. Dire's top
People
tower
just don't like
is
to
under
push.
attack.
I don't know why.
Palatinos
Exorcism's
comes
up.
back.
Aegis is up. There's no bot lane. They find Lil.
Easy kill in the
Dog
end.
got so many carapaces onto the spiders.
Another funny
I mean,
sound
Lil's
coming
okay
out.
with that.
God, I love money.
Making space.
BKB just finished on Broodmother, though. Yikes. That's going to be big for him. Her. It. Crystallize. What is he going next? Looks like an S and Y. Or actually, no, going to go Manta instead.
Yeah, you can take off Bramble Maze, take off Cursed Crown, take off Broodmother Silence, and Death Prophet Silence, and I think the most important was you'd be able to get out of Ensnare. So even after you rage and get ensnared, you can Manta Style it off.
Is this a Butterfly next for Luna, you think? Is that where we're headed?
Radiant's top tower is under
Yeah, I
attack.
think that's the best call. You can get a Manta Style if you want, but I don't really think it's necessary. There's nothing worth purging off.
Yeah. They still have Song set up as well from Nagasiren. So taking fights right now for the Radiant side, not the easiest.
Actually, she could go Satanic. I would be
Radiant's
okay with
top tower
Satanic
is
on
under
Palantimos
attack.
as well.
Going right into
Take a
it.
top tier
Radiant's
2.
top tower has
Even with
fallen.
lack-
Tier
Lacking-
2.
Damage? Sorry. Even with lack of the damage on her.
Mainly
Dire's
because,
bottom
like,
tower is under
Lifestealer is
attack.
melee, and
Radiant's
you're dealing
middle
against like a
tower
Pugna who's
is
life
under
draining you,
attack.
and so I think if you're able to bait Na'Vi into going into a fight and then turn it around with Satanic, because there isn't really the most crowd control for her. There's Fiend's Grip and then there's RP, and then outside of that, like, there's not much, which is why I wouldn't be surprised if Palantimos skips out on a BKB as well.
Okay.
But I guess Butterfly it's a more conservative option, and Satanic would be the greedier option.
2,500 gold, 2,700 now. You get the point. Luna's saving up gold. Again, nothing queued up yet, so perhaps deciding yourself as far as what she wants. Zayak, well, I don't know if you mind it now, but we are going to see the Meteor Hammer next on.
Oh, come on, man!
Zayak. He's heard you.
Come on!
All right, fine. My goal
Where's
is
the
to...
Force Staff? He
He's-
had a
he-
Force Staff. He already has the Int Staff. Come on, man! Why you gotta do this to me?
What is going on here? That was,
I do not know.
apparently Zayak's lagging. Yeah, they're going to
He's
try now.
lagging because he's building Meteor Hammer.
Obviously.
He can sense me entering his brain. Stop it. What the heck is going on?
We are getting trolled. Alright, so again, a very tense spot. So we were mentioning earlier how it was a very, very close game. Obviously, it broke up in a little bit now for Vega Squadron. As we're 4,000 net worth. We haven't seen the RP in a little bit from Dendi. Still has that level
No,
2
we
RP.
Haven't seen Eclipse at all either this entire game.
Oh, yeah, true. And there's the butterfly queued up, yeah. I want to see the Ags Luna. There was a game, actually, we saw an Ags Luna, and it made sense recently. That was fun to watch, but not this game.
I think Envy is, he's got a soft spot for it. It's very situational, and against a Lifestealer is definitely one of the situations in which it's not good.
Well, it was against, it's coming back, it was against a Terrorblade, I think. And the idea of the high armor and everything, so you would just get
Yeah,
intense
I can see
magic
that.
damage. Worked out pretty well. Lil.
So Blizzy quickly shows himself, but isn't exposing
So
himself.
fast, though.
They get the stun off. They don't know that they stunned him.
Dendi's...
Yeah, and Vega Squadron are playing excellently safe.
Yeah, Lifestealer was
Which is
inside
weird.
Magnus, but couldn't find the chance.
He just has timed out now, so I can definitely justify why they were playing so conservatively.
Level progress. No level 20s yet. We've had some 15s being hit, of course, but 20s still going to be a good 5 minutes or so before those start kicking in. This Broodmother AC is now in the works. 1,800 gold saved up on Blizzy. Gonna take out a stack of Ancients on the Radiant side, at least try to. Dendy scouting it.
He needs to RP both of them. He doesn't know if they have detection, so he just gets the hell out.
Yeah, not worth it. Team support was a little too far away. Bottom lane, yeah, I've been pushing it in. Luna, 4,000 gold saved up, so that butterfly is looking pretty good. Death Prophet's also going to go Blink Dagger. It's not the most ideal game for Undershock here as far as farm goes, but he's recovered a bit, and BKB, he's all about surviving at this point. He's built to do that.
Ooh, in mid lane, Blizzy's getting dangerously close.
Terrorize? No.
Yeah, they want to make sure that he can't get Rage off. So if they start out with Terrorize and then immediately ensnare him, then it's possible that Blizzy can immediately kill him, but that's pretty optimistic.
I didn't even know you can cancel that, to be honest. I thought it was one of those, if you commit to it, you have to go with it, but...
Oh, yeah, no. And that's why they actually increased the cast animation. One of the nerfs, if you hover over Terrorize, increased cast time from 0.8 to 1.0, because people were just constantly, like, pre-casting it. And so, like, as soon as the enemy team is in the AoE, then you let it go.
Yeah.
And I guess Icestrike was sick of that, so he increased the cast animation on it to make it less viable to constantly spam cancel it.
Top tower is under attack.
We're going to open on Brood here, kinda, but that's not really. Just Nyx Assassin saying hello. Brood will walk away. Top lane, they want to catch Dendy. Nagasaran Song? That'd be a bold decision there, so yeah, not going to make the play. And instead, Magnus will run away with the Shadow Blade. Good for now, but very, very cautious play. And you're looking at NaVi, they have 5 hero kills in 27 minutes. Not the fastest paced game.
Tower has been denied.
Yeah, it's been a while. And they oh, what a Shadow Realm. I can't believe that he got that off.
I almost thought it was an illusion for a second because it just went away, but they still get the kill, but now they're committed in a bad spot. This song is going to connect after the rage wears off. It's canceled pretty quickly, though. BKB activated to run down Lil. Meanwhile, Lifestealer, the Fiend's Grip locking on Death Prophet. He has his exorcism up, though, with the BKB. Crystallize it, allows him to walk away for the time being. Bang, get a Nightmare himself. The RP hits only a couple of heroes, actually, in the backlines, including Luna. Luna's dropping. Death Prophet and Luna go down. The RP works out beautifully for NaVi, and now it's Broodmother alone, running away. She'll be fine. But that RP, we mentioned it's been a while since we've had one, the biggest one so far this game.
Yeah, catching out Luna was game-changing. If it was just the Death Prophet, that would have definitely been a disaster because Eclipse still has not been spent yet, and you love being able to use Eclipse in the jungle, but Dendy holds on to the last moment, and definitely like some weird hero prioritization from Vega Squadron. So the reason that she canceled the song so quickly was because Rage timed out, and so there wasn't really anything that you want to set up for Vega Squadron. The main reason for the song is like, hey, let's hit Lifestealer while he's raged up and no one can help him. But, oh, Courier, shielded. Blizzy's still chasing it,
Radiant's
and it's
courier
killed.
has been killed.
At least he got the Manta delivered first.
Yeah.
That would really suck.
And so, instead, after the song gets canceled, then all of a sudden Broodmother BKBs and starts going on Nyx Assassin. And, I mean, Lil had served his purpose. He killed off the Dark Willow. You don't really want much more from the Nyx Assassin. And Lifestealer just gets to walk out scot-free. And you know that Lifestealer's rage is down because that's why you canceled the song. But instead they go for the Nyx Assassin, and then they get a little bit spread out. They want to cancel Fiend's Grip, and then everyone converges on the Bane, and that just gives Dendy a perfect opportunity to get a 2-man RP.
Yeah, he loves those chaotic fights and took advantage of it. So I'm also looking at Pugna. It's been a while since really looking at his progress, but he has an Aeon Disc now to go with the Aetherlands Villa Discord earlier on. He's pretty bulky. Tough kill to have if you're Vega Squadron. And Pugna's just one of those heroes. It might not have been the prettiest start, but obviously he's getting enough levels. He's going to be level 18 here soon. So he's not going the Ags build, though, which we usually do see, I feel like, in a lot of cases. So what is your take on that? I mean, is he overlooking the Ags, or is it fine that he's not going it?
I think it goes back to what I was saying in the draft, that there's a very convenient channel breaker of Song of the Siren, and it also offers a lot of setup. And so he can go into an Ag's life train, and then it'll get canceled, and then everyone will converge on the Pugna. And then it's basically a whole bunch of net worth that isn't really being able to get taken advantage of.
Broodmother, that AC. 100 more gold and has it ready to purchase at least. Luna. Butterfly,
The wages
of
of
course, finished
fear.
on her. But now she is prioritizing the BKB as well. A little bit before that'll
Roche
be
is
online.
up. And that is going to be a big showdown between both these two teams. All ultimates are available. Dire is definitely aware that Roche is up. I don't know if Radiant are yet.
Well, they're going
And
to know
General
now.
will find out. He plops another ward in.
Kill the Spiderling. That bonus gold. So yeah, both teams very aware, but obviously still have to respect one another. You can't just charge in there, so. In the area, at least. Top lane's being pushed out by Nyx Assassin. Look at the middle lane, though, wrapping around Darklo with an invis. Currently active. This is an interesting opening spot. No, they're not going to commit, though.
They're buying time for Luna to get a BKB.
Okay. Know how important that is. Yeah, to help against the lockdown here on the Radiant side. Or at least most of it. Important to have. So until she has that, though, that's probably your big reason, if anything, why obviously Vega Squad is not necessarily looking to do a Roshan yet.
Yeah, I think the two conditions they go for Roche is if they kill Magnus or Lifestealer, or if they get the BKB on Luna. And even once they get the BKB on Luna, I think they'll just be more willing to look for picks, but I don't think they're going to like go straight into the pit either.
Level 20s kicking in. And Magnus continues to lead the way. You got the 12 armor talent. Over the skewer range, lifesteal at 20% evasion, of course. Broodmother, 50 attack speed. That she now has, so it'll start being more relevant as the levels add up.
He has really high attack speed between Assault Cuirass and that talent.
Yes.
In fact, like she can't sneak Roche, but she can take Roche very, very quickly. Oh, Dust activated on Lil. He uses. You gotta be very careful about where Magnus is.
Yeah, this is a very scary spot. Assault Blizzy also almost interacting with a couple of heroes as well, but no one really going in. The very cautious play continues.
This is a definitely make or break fight. Like, I mean, you can see the net worth advantage is less than 1k in favor of NaVi. So either team can take this game. I would wager that whoever loses the fight is going to lose the game.
MKB queued up for the Broodmother. Mentioned Luna. She just about has the BKB now. Maybe purchase. In fact, there you go. So again, the key item. One of the key items at least that Vega is especially waiting for. Magnus almost has an Orchid. Sitting on 4,700 gold currently.
An interesting pickup.
Well,
We got a smoke. NaVi want to play.
Look at the drawing on the map, but unfortunately for them, there's also a smoke on the other side, and they're at the south side of the map. Making their way up, though, so they still could clash here. Ooh, uphill advantage. Going to Roshan? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. They're committing.
Oh, they found Dandy. This is good for Vega and terrible for NaVi right
That's
now.
so quick of a Roshan.
Yeah, and they're too late.
Sean has fallen.
Wow.
They're too late. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, they can't sneak it, but they can definitely kill it very quickly. Like, Broodmother didn't even ultimate.
I mean,
If
that
she
was
uses
that was basically a sneak. Like, to be fair.
it was, yeah, it was. It really was. And they're so lucky that they got away with it, because that could have gone disastrously. But they saw their window, they seized it, and come out on top.
Mine.
Net worth continues to be so even, but man, look at Nyx Assassin with the Lifestealer inside. They're trying to reach for a kill. Will they get it on Death Prophet top lane? This is a risky maneuver. They're going to go for it. Is it enough damage? And where's the response? There's Eel's BKB, and this is why I said it's risky. because here we go. Nyx Assassin is saying, fight me, please. Don't chase after my Lifestealer. Out comes our first Eclipse of the game, but the Manta style into running away, and he gets away with the TP. Lil will end up going down when it's all said and done. But bottom push, tier 3?
You're tier 3.
It's dying. Broodmother is going to TP in. Tier 3 will barely stay alive because of that, and the rest get away. So yeah, risky decision. It almost gets a tier 3 bottom tower kill at least. All they lost was a Nyx Assassin. So
yeah,
in the big
I would
picture,
say that's actually quite worth it. It was a 9-second BKB from Death Prophet and a ton of tier 3 tower damage. I mean, they know that Vega Squadron are rarely willing to fight when they don't have Exorcism up, and so Exorcism's still down for the Roche attempt. And yeah, NaVi go for it. And works out fairly well. Made a ton of space for that bot tier 3 push.
That's Lifestealer MKB on him. Now the Nullifier, 2,300 gold saved up, so definitely hitting very hard. Tendy's sitting on 6,000 gold now, basically. Gotta buy something eventually. And, well, Skewers and Luna. Here's a chance. They drop him quickly, so they get the Aegis.
Very well executed.
But the Song response, they do not want to just give this up for free. They're going to jump on it. Denny throws out the RP, did not catch Luna, but the Fiend's grip on the side. Bane fully locking out Luna throughout this whole fight. Denny holding his ground, but so is Blizzy with that insatiable hunger. You're not going to win that Mammo fight if you're Denny right there. Meanwhile, Bane, he's actually still alive against Zayak after the side. Zayak goes down in response. Oh, 1-for-1 there. Gem does drop, as pointed out, from the Naga Siren. And actually, only the heroes to die are the 2 supports on either side. Somehow.
And good are linked.
Well, that and Luna's Aegis.
True. Well, so yeah, definitely victory for NaVi from that perspective.
Yeah.
Getting that used.
Although 3 BKBs spent on the side of Vega Squadron, whereas I think it was just Dendy's BKB on the side of NaVi. And now with all these BKBs on cooldown, Lil's looking for an opening, but Vega Squadron are retreating.
Nyx Assassin, yeah, the vision spotting him, so not going to get the jump that he was hoping for.
Oh.
Although, okay, maybe they are going to get the jump that they were hoping for. Broodmother, free kill, yes. 80 seconds dead for. That's a 6-kill streak stopper, too. Yeah, that's the first death of the game for Broodmother. If it comes at a cost of a Crystallize, don't know about that. They're chasing after him. Naga Siren doesn't have a sleep yet. They're running after him further. Pugna, no, he TP's in with the bots. Death Prophet gets bursted down, so the Exorcism essentially wasted. BKB from Palantimos. He's using it to run away now. Not your ideal fight for Vega Squadron, and it could get worse. There's a Terrorize. Really hitting nobody in the end, and now it comes Nyx Assassin with the Lifestealer bomb. Glimmer Cape, Force Staff, Palantimos still alive. The open wounds on him, though. The Radiance Burn, the auto attack comes out from Crystallize to finish the job. Luna's dead for 80 seconds, no buyback. Undershock did buy back, but again, doesn't have the Exorcism. RP's up in 5.
Tier 3 gets claimed. Top tier 3 is getting pushed by General. This is Sophie's choice. You're going to lose 1 Rex.
Yeah. And RP's ready, remember. So you cannot overcommit if you're Vega Squadron. I know it's tempting. They're going to lose the melee racks, though. Lifestealer. Broodmother going in. Broodmother just melting, though. The sleep doesn't matter. The rage comes out. Finally, it connects, but the damage is already done on a Broodmother, and it's just falling apart. They're going to get the Shadow of Dracula as well into the zap. She buys back immediately, but that's bottom racks, and this is going to be more? I mean, why would they fall back?
Yeah, they've still got RP available. They've still got Magnus's BKB available. And Pugna's just been chipping away at all these structures.
This all goes back to Broodmother just simply getting picked off in the middle lane. This is the snowball effect. And NaVi on the verge of trying to take game number 3 right here, right now. Luna's up in 10 seconds. Does have an Eclipse, but they will be without the Broodmother for a good 50 seconds. So the question is the tier 3 and the top set of racks. Can they defend this? They're going to try right now. They jump in immediately. Bane, there's the Exorcism pop. Bane's going to live for the time being. Brain Sap surviving even more. Meanwhile, the mute effect is up on Nagasara, and Nagasara will go down. She buys back quickly.
Dendy's waiting.
And here's Palantimos, as he mentioned. Dendy in the wait, though. He's looking for his chance, looking for his opening. The RP, is he going to go for him? Yes, he is. He only got the one in the end of Luna, but it might still be enough. The Terrorize comes out. It's not going to really connect, though, as the rage is activated for Lifestealer. Down goes Luna again. She's dead for 80 seconds. However, now Lifestealer, he is a little bit too far up. The Nightmare initially, not going to save him in the long run. He's dead for 90.
What a hell of a team.
Buyback ready at least. So it will be a hold in the end for Vega Squadron of sorts. But obviously it comes at a massive cost when you look at the whole breakdown.
2 racks is fully claimed. A handful of buybacks spent, I want to say, on the side of Vega Squadron. Yeah, they buy back the Death Prophet, the Broodmother, and the Willow. Luna, the only hero that's important for Vega Squadron that did not have to buy back, but it is an immensely expensive hold, and you know, Broodmother's gonna start falling off, if not haven't already fallen off. Lifestealer still has room to grow as General gets a pick on Slayer in this bot area near the bot rune.
Yeah.
And I am very concerned if I'm Vega Squadron. I don't really think that there's very much they can do aside from getting Crystallized caught out without buyback is really the only way that I see this happening.
Well, yeah, so the good news is if you're Vega Squadron here, this game is definitely still winnable, and like you said, maybe getting a pick off with ideally without a buyback would be nice, but you do have a Luna that is pretty farmed, and when we talk about counterplaying, sieging their base. Okay, I had my camera on Broodmother there while I was talking, and yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
But the point is that if you happen to get that one nice pick without a buyback, then all of a sudden Luna pushes back, and their base will be destroyed in a matter of seconds. So
wait. Click on Magnus. He has 8.8 mana regen, 21.2 mana regen.
There you go. The refresher orb.
This is the refresher shard. I mean, refresher orb.
It's a full-on
Doesn't have
orb.
the item scepter, but yeah. But yes, Luna can have the potential. It's just that the way that NaVi, like, they can decrepify to buy time for the Luna to not die. They can, you know, Nightmare to buy time. There's so many ways to stop Luna from doing damage. They can put Enfeeble on her, which, you know,
There you go.
she's still dealing a fair amount of damage, but not nearly as much as she should be.
Has
She's
fallen.
dealing 120 less to be exact. Now Dendy attempts initiation.
Well, attempt to skewer.
Nice
He
terrorize.
does have an RP. He mentioned the Terrorize hitting on a Crystallize. He pops his Rage out, going after Luna. The Eclipse comes out and not going to do much. So Fiend's Grip from a distance. The Nagas Iron Sleep will get it stopped, though. Now, can they kill Crystallize with this? With the Exorcism, out comes one RP from Denny. They're going to take out Death Prophet as well as a Dark Willow. It's just here comes the second one. I'm sure not even needed. GG's called, and NaVi will move on to the winter finals. Congratulations to
Denies
them.
all of his items. I like
Radiant
it.
victory.
Nice. Don't want to
Yeah,
give away
congratulations to
information.
NaVi. They will move on to face Team Spirit in the winners bracket, and Vega Squadron move down to face up against Empire. And very, like, probably some of the cleanest that I've seen NaVi play since GESC Indonesia. And, you know, I would say, like, one of the game-winning plays was that Dendy skewering back the Luna with the Aegis at the mid-Radiant Tier 2 immediately into a very well-positioned Impale by Lil's Nyx Assassin. And that just proved that NaVi have the coordination necessary to take the rest of the game. And the Vega Squadron, unfortunately, were snowballing kills the wrong direction, like you had said. The real nail in the coffin was whenever Blizzy's Broodmother gets caught, and Palantimos' Luna get caught. I mean, Undershock's Death Prophet got caught, and then lastly, Palantimos' Luna got caught. But overall, a close series for sure, but NaVi just edged out in Game 3.
Thing to keep in mind from today and the CIS region here for the GESC Thailand Qualifiers is that there was not an elimination day, so all teams still remain. All 4 of them. It's just now we have our winner and loser matches set up. Winner finals will be NaVi versus Team Spirit. You have Vega Squadron taking on Team Empire and the loser side of things. Those will be tomorrow, and then ultimately on Sunday we'll find out a couple more best of 3s, eventually the finals, and see which of these CIS teams will be going to Thailand to compete in the minor event. Well, that's our coverage, though. Wrapping up for today. It's both series ends up going the distance, and entertaining Dota, to say the least, so happy that I could be here, as well as happy that you could join me, Tsunami. So always like to give you the chance. Any shout-outs, any final words?
No, I got nothing in mind. It was I've gotten to know CIS Dota extremely well, and it's consistently a very entertaining region to watch. Albeit frustrating at times, but I would say that frustrating also leads into entertainment. So shout out to CIS Dota.
Always a fun region to cast. So definitely excited that I got the chance today here once again, and hopefully you guys were entertained as well. But it's official, guys. Again, we got our winners for today, NaVi, as well as Spirit earlier. Like I said, though, not an elimination day. That will continue on tomorrow. And definitely, so tune in to tomorrow. I believe it's the same time, 8 a.m. Eastern or 1400 Central European time, if I'm not mistaken. They'll be back. I'm personally not going to be back tomorrow. Somebody else will be here, though, doing the coverage. Should be a fun weekend ahead of us here. So with that said, I was Breaky CBK, joined by Tsunami. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you next time.